Quick video on the Atrophinus fight in the T3 Raiden Rift Primeval Feast. Now, as you'll notice, you got 3 casks sitting around the room right here, 3 mead casks, and you have a well right there on the left. What these casks are used for is right off the start, see these sleeping ads you have on the ground? Anytime someone runs over them, they will awaken and they will wreak havoc. So what you do is you have people designated right at the beginning of the raid to pick up the bucket right in front of the big mead casks there, run over the ad to waken them up and aggro them, and then drop the mead bucket somewhere on the outside of the raid so that the sleeping ads go to that bucket and fall asleep outside the raid so you don't have to worry about them the rest of the fight. The well that you seen in the beginning of the video, what's going to happen, the boss will emote someone's name. It'll say that, whoever is dancing, that person that's on the water bucket duty has to grab a water bucket from the well and throw it on that person that got emoted. He does do an AoE throughout the raid. It's a casted ability, you'll see it, and that's why you have to stay spread out. Now, from the beginning, after you have the ads moved with the mead buckets, you want to DPS down the big mead casks immediately. So you're going to have one person on each of those designated to DPSing them down, because later on in the fight, if they're not down, the boss will go to them and he will heal himself off of them by drinking the booze. So, as you can see, I just got emoted. Someone's going to come right there, throw the water on me, get the debuff off. If that debuff is not cleansed off with the water buckets, that person will die. I think I got hit before or whatever for like 40-some Ks, so they have to be quick about it. And other than that, it's pretty much a tank and spank. Once you get the ads off, in the beginning of the fight, moved away from the raid, so that the person running water buckets doesn't have to worry about them, it's pretty much a rinse and repeat mechanics here. Now, one thing that you have to do in the middle of the fight is that the boss does have a charge phase. And what you do is you pretty much DPS, nuke the shit out of him for most of the charge phase. When you see there's 2 seconds left on his charge phase, you're going to want to stop DPS, because the boss might end up, pretty far away from the tank, and you don't want all that DPS on him, and you stop DPS to allow the tank to pick up aggro on him. So, as you'll see in this part, you'll see the debuff on the boss in the middle right there, 2 seconds left. Stop DPS, just turn around, look, the tank's got aggro on the boss, and continue the nuke once he's in place. That is about it. He does have an enrage timer right around 7 minutes-ish, so you're going to want some good DPS on the casks on the outside of the raid, so that they can get onto the boss, because you're going to need all the DPS on them. We were about 20 seconds away from the enrage timer on this fight. I am not recording, me talking. I'm not recording this, live as I was doing this raid, because I needed to listen in the vent so we could keep coordinated and stuff. So I'm just watching it right now after I recorded it and kind of going over the strategy here. So, wait for the tank to get him back in the spot here and can commence nuking. Now, this isn't really a pet-friendly fight, because during the charge phase, he does kill pretty much all the pets. He charges through them and just annihilates them. If you really want to use a pet, or that's your main DPS spec, as soon as the boss goes into his charge phase, you can tell the pet to stay where it is, like it is right now. You see the raptor over there. You got him on stay so that he doesn't get affected by the charge stuff. So when the boss gets back into place, he'll be there. So if you want to take on that little extra mechanic to keep your pet alive and use your pet spec, you are able to do it, but it's just easier in general to not have a pet spec. Like I said, throughout the raid, he does do an AoE, so you got to keep spread out. If you see him casting the AoE ability, right there, Song of Solace, or Song of Solitude, and you are the bucket runner, you kind of want to time it so that you throw the AoE on someone and you get out of the way of the other people before the cast gets off, or do it right after he's done casting it. So you kind of want to time it, because you don't want to run and stand next to a couple of people when you're running buckets when he gets that ability off, because it will kill you or severely hurt you and the people that you're next to. So kind of want to time that out. And other than that, it's just it's pretty simple mechanics once you get it down. You just have to have a lot of DPS on the casks on the outside of the room, making sure you don't run over the ads that are sleeping, and the person on bucket duty, making sure that they get to that person with the debuff ASAP. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. We did try this fight like 6-7 times with no success with a warrior tank, and now we're using a cleric tank, and it's working a hell of a lot better. The cleric tank can just pick up that threat right off the bat a lot quicker than the warrior. The warrior, for whatever reason, at the end of the charge phase, it would not pick up aggro, and every time he got out of the charge phase, the boss would aggro someone and kill someone before the warrior could pick up the aggro on him. So I would recommend a cleric tank for this fight, but I guess it's up to your raid group's discretion on what you exactly want to do. So that has been a look at the Atrophinus fight in the Primeval Feast Tier 3 raid in Rift. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this is helpful, and I will see you later.